Death, a word that evokes fear and uncertainty in many, is often perceived as an abrupt end. However, ancient wisdom traditions, particularly Tibetan Buddhism, offer a different perspective, viewing death not as an end, but as a transition, a journey into another realm of existence. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, a profound spiritual text, serves as a guidebook for this journey, illuminating the path through the Bardos, the intermediate states between death and rebirth. This essay delves into the mysteries of death as elucidated in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, exploring its relevance in understanding life, death, and the nature of consciousness. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, known in Tibetan as Bardo Thodol, literally translates to liberation through hearing during the intermediate states. This sacred text is not meant to be read as a typical book, but is intended as a guide to be read aloud to the deceased during the transitional period following death. It is believed that the consciousness of the deceased remains in a heightened state of awareness during this time, capable of perceiving the teachings and guidance offered by the book. The book describes the various stages of the Bardo, the experiences one might encounter, and the opportunities for liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is not merely a guide for the deceased, but also a profound source of wisdom for the living. By understanding the nature of death and the journey of consciousness, we can gain invaluable insights into the nature of life itself. The teachings of the book emphasize the importance of recognizing the impermanence of all things, preparing for death while still alive, and cultivating mindfulness and compassion to navigate the challenges of life and death with greater awareness and understanding. This exploration of the Tibetan Book of the Dead aims to shed light on the profound wisdom embedded in this ancient text, unraveling its mysteries and highlighting its relevance in navigating the complexities of life and death in the modern world. By understanding the stages of the Bardo and the teachings offered, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of life and the transformative potential of death, embracing it not with fear but with a sense of wonder and understanding. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, a cornerstone of Tibetan Buddhist literature, stands as a beacon of wisdom, guiding individuals through the intricate landscape of death and rebirth. This esoteric text, far from being a morbid fascination with death, provides a roadmap for navigating the transitional phases known as Bardos, illuminating the path toward liberation from the cycle of suffering. Its origins can be traced back to the 8th century CE, attributed to the Indian master Padmasambhava, who is credited with bringing Buddhism to Tibet. Padmasambhava, recognizing the profound impact of death and the potential for liberation during this crucial time, is said to have concealed these teachings in the form of tirmas, hidden treasures, to be discovered at a later time when people would be receptive to their wisdom. Centuries later, in the 14th century, the renowned Tibetan Terton, Karma Lingpa, rediscovered these teachings, bringing them to light and making them accessible to generations to come. The book's profound insights into the nature of consciousness, the experience of death, and the possibilities for liberation have captivated spiritual seekers for centuries, offering a unique perspective on the mysteries of life and death. The structure of the Tibetan Book of the Dead mirrors the journey of consciousness through the Bardos, outlining the different stages and the experiences one might encounter. It begins with the Chikai Bardo, the Bardo of the moment of death, describing the dissolution of the elements and the merging of consciousness with the clear light of reality. This stage is followed by the Chonyid Bardo, the Bardo of experiencing reality, where the deceased encounters various peaceful and wrathful deities, manifestations of their own mind. Finally, the Sidpa Bardo, the Bardo of rebirth, describes the process of seeking rebirth and the factors that influence one's future life. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is not meant to be a passive read, but an active guide, urging the deceased to recognize the nature of their experiences and make choices that lead to liberation. The book emphasizes the importance of recognizing the illusory nature of the Bardo experiences, understanding them as projections of one's own mind rather than external realities. By maintaining awareness and recognizing the clear light, the deceased can break free from the cycle of suffering and attain liberation. The Tibetan Book of the Dead introduces the concept of Bardo, a Tibetan term that translates to intermediate state or transitional phase. This concept is central to understanding the Tibetan Buddhist perspective on death, emphasizing that death is not an abrupt end, but a transition into another realm of existence. The Bardo represents the intermediate state between death and rebirth, a period of heightened awareness where the consciousness of the deceased navigates through various experiences and encounters. The Tibetan Book of the Dead identifies 6 Bardos, each representing a different transitional phase in the journey of consciousness. The first 4 Bardos relate to life, the natural Bardo of this life, the Bardo of sleep, the Bardo of meditation, and the Bardo of orgasm. These Bardos highlight the fact that we experience Bardo-like states throughout our lives, moments where our ordinary perception shifts and we enter into altered states of consciousness. The final 2 Bardos relate to death, the Bardo of dying and the Bardo of becoming. The Bardo of dying, known as the Chikai Bardo, is the period immediately following death, where the consciousness separates from the physical body. This stage is characterized by the dissolution of the elements and the merging of consciousness with the clear light of reality, a primordial state of pure awareness. The Bardo of becoming, known as the Siddha Bardo, describes the period where the deceased seeks rebirth, navigating through various experiences and encountering karmic imprints that influence their future life. The concept of Bardo underscores the impermanence of all things, highlighting the constant state of flux and transition that characterizes existence. By understanding the nature of the Bardos, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of life and the transformative potential of death. The Tibetan Book of the Dead offers guidance on how to navigate these transitional phases with awareness and understanding, ultimately aiming for liberation from the cycle of suffering and the attainment of enlightenment. Vajrayana Buddhism, also known as Tibetan Buddhism, emphasizes the importance of preparing for death while still alive. This preparation involves not only practical arrangements, but more importantly, cultivating a deep understanding of the nature of death and the journey of consciousness through the Bardos. Vajrayana teachings provide various practices and insights to help individuals familiarize themselves with the process of death and develop the mental and spiritual preparedness necessary to navigate this transition with grace and awareness. One of the key practices in Vajrayana Buddhism is meditation, particularly the practice of power, which focuses on the transference of consciousness at the time of death. Power, meaning transference or projection, is a specialized meditation technique that aims to train the mind to consciously direct its course at the moment of death, guiding it towards a favorable rebirth or even liberation from the cycle of rebirth. This practice involves visualizing the movement of consciousness out of the body through the crown chakra, directing it towards a chosen destination, such as a pure land or the heart of a Buddha. Another important aspect of preparing for death in Vajrayana Buddhism is familiarizing oneself with the Tibetan Book of the Dead. By studying the book's descriptions of the Bardo experiences, individuals can gain a deeper understanding of what to expect during the death process, reducing fear and uncertainty. The book's teachings emphasize the importance of recognizing the illusory nature of the Bardo experiences, understanding them as projections of one's own mind rather than external realities. This recognition is crucial for maintaining awareness and avoiding getting caught in the karmic winds that lead to further suffering. Preparing for death in Vajrayana Buddhism is not about dwelling on morbid thoughts, but about embracing the reality of death as an integral part of life. By integrating these teachings and practices into our daily lives, we can cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance around death, transforming it from a source of fear into an opportunity for spiritual growth and liberation. The Tibetan Book of the Dead is replete with profound teachings that illuminate the path through the Bardos, emphasizing the importance of awareness, recognition, and choice during this critical transition. These teachings offer guidance for the deceased, helping them navigate the challenges and opportunities presented during the Bardo experiences, ultimately aiming for liberation from the cycle of suffering. One of the key teachings in the book is the recognition of the clear light. The clear light, described as a primordial state of pure awareness, is said to manifest at the moment of death, offering a glimpse into the true nature of reality. Recognizing the clear light is crucial for liberation, as it allows the deceased to break free from the illusory nature of the Bardo experiences and merge with the ultimate ground of being. Another important teaching is the understanding of the peaceful and wrathful deities encountered during the Chonyid Bardo. These deities are not external beings, but manifestations of the deceased's own mind, representing different aspects of their karmic imprints. Recognizing these deities as projections of one's own mind is essential for avoiding fear and judgment, allowing the deceased to approach these encounters with compassion and understanding. The book also emphasizes the importance of choice during the Bardo experiences. The deceased is constantly presented with choices, opportunities to either cling to the illusory nature of the Bardos or to recognize their true nature and strive for liberation. The teachings encourage the deceased to choose wisely, to let go of attachments and aversions, and to cultivate compassion and wisdom in order to navigate the Bardos skillfully. These key teachings from the Tibetan Book of the Dead provide invaluable guidance for the deceased, offering a roadmap for navigating the challenges and opportunities presented during the Bardo experiences. By understanding these teachings and applying them with awareness and diligence, the deceased can transform the death process into a journey of liberation, breaking free from the cycle of suffering and attaining enlightenment. The teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, while rooted in ancient wisdom traditions, hold profound relevance for contemporary life. Modern interpretations of these teachings emphasize their applicability in navigating the complexities of modern existence, offering insights into personal transformation, grief and loss, and the search for meaning and purpose. One of the key modern interpretations of the Bardo concept is its application to life transitions in general. Just as death is a transition, life itself is a series of transitions marked by changes, challenges, and opportunities for growth. By understanding the Bardo as a metaphor for any transitional phase, we can apply the teachings of the book to navigate major life changes such as career shifts, relationship endings, or personal crises with greater awareness and resilience. The teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead also offer valuable insights into the process of grief and loss. By understanding the Bardo as a period of transition for both the deceased and the bereaved, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the emotional and spiritual journey that accompanies loss. The book's emphasis on compassion, acceptance, and the impermanence of all things can provide solace and guidance during times of grief, helping individuals navigate the complex emotions of loss with greater understanding and grace. Moreover, the teachings of the book can inspire a deeper exploration of mindfulness and meditation in modern life. The book's emphasis on awareness, recognition, and choice resonates with the growing interest in mindfulness practices in contemporary society. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop greater awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, allowing us to make conscious choices that lead to greater well-being and fulfillment. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, while an ancient text, offers timeless wisdom that transcends cultural and historical boundaries. Its teachings provide a rich tapestry of insights into the nature of life, death, and the journey of consciousness, offering guidance and inspiration for navigating the complexities of modern existence with greater awareness, compassion, and understanding. The Tibetan Book of the Dead highlights the importance of certain death practices, rituals performed for the deceased to facilitate their smooth transition through the Bardos. These practices are deeply rooted in Tibetan Buddhist traditions and are believed to provide support and guidance to the deceased during this crucial time. One of the most important death practices is the reading of the Tibetan Book of the Dead itself. As mentioned earlier, the book is not meant to be read silently, but is intended to be read aloud to the deceased by a lama or spiritual practitioner. The reading is believed to reach the consciousness of the deceased, providing guidance and reminding them of the teachings they received during their lifetime. The recitation of mantras and prayers, particularly the mantra of Chenrezig, the Buddha of compassion, is also considered highly beneficial for the deceased, invoking blessings and creating a positive atmosphere for their journey. Another significant practice is the offering of tsok, a ritual feast offered to the deceased and to various deities. Sok offerings are believed to create merit and provide sustenance for the deceased during their journey through the Bardos. Additionally, butter lamps are lit to symbolize the illumination of wisdom and to guide the deceased through the darkness of the Bardo experiences. These death practices serve as a bridge between the world of the living and the world of the dead, offering support and guidance to the deceased as they navigate the Bardos. They reflect the deep compassion and care that permeate Tibetan Buddhist traditions, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of supporting one another on the journey of life and death. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, a profound spiritual text, unveils the mysteries of death and offers a roadmap for navigating the Bardos, the intermediate states between death and rebirth. Its teachings emphasize the importance of recognizing death not as an end but as a transition, a journey into another realm of existence. By understanding the stages of the Bardo and the teachings offered, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of life and the transformative potential of death, embracing it not with fear but with a sense of wonder and understanding. The book's teachings highlight the importance of preparing for death while still alive, cultivating mindfulness and compassion, and recognizing the illusory nature of the Bardo experiences. By integrating these teachings into our daily lives, we can transform our relationship with death, viewing it not as a morbid inevitability, but as an opportunity for spiritual growth and liberation. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, while rooted in ancient wisdom traditions, holds profound relevance for contemporary life. Its teachings offer insights into navigating life transitions, coping with grief and loss, and finding meaning and purpose in a rapidly changing world. By embracing the wisdom of this ancient text, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our place in the universe, and the interconnectedness of all beings. As we journey through life, the teachings of the Tibetan Book of the Dead serve as a constant reminder of the impermanence of all things and the importance of living each moment with awareness, compassion, and a deep appreciation for the preciousness of life. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, with its profound teachings on death and the journey of consciousness, invites us to reflect on the nature of life itself. It encourages us to move beyond the fear of death and embrace the present moment with greater awareness and intention. This ancient wisdom tradition offers a call to action, urging us to cultivate mindfulness and compassion in our daily lives, transforming our relationship with life and death. Mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment, is a powerful tool for cultivating awareness and transforming our experience of life. By practicing mindfulness, we can develop a deeper understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, allowing us to make conscious choices that lead to greater well-being and fulfillment. Meditation, a cornerstone of mindfulness practice, provides a space for cultivating inner peace and clarity, allowing us to connect with the present moment and observe the workings of our mind with greater objectivity. Compassion, the ability to understand and care for the suffering of others, is another essential element in navigating the journey of life and death with grace and understanding. By cultivating compassion, we extend our care and concern beyond ourselves, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and the shared human experience of suffering. Compassionate action, motivated by a genuine desire to alleviate suffering, can take many forms, from simple acts of kindness to engaging in social justice efforts that promote equality and well-being for all. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, with its profound wisdom and timeless teachings, serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path towards a more mindful and compassionate life. By embracing the book's teachings, we can transform our relationship with life and death, approaching each moment with greater awareness, intention, and a deep appreciation for the preciousness of existence.